Hi, I'm Keith Clint, and remember this from the last video? I said we were going to be having a look at resurfacing the anvil on this mallet. As you can see, it's seen better days. So let's see if we can do it. I told you that this video is going out whether it's successful or not. So I never edit my videos, but I always post them. Okay, let's see what we can do now. The first thing that we do is to unscrew this well-worn anvil. So here we go. Oh, yes. There you go. That just screws onto there. I don't know that it's going to work. I've never done it before, but we're going to find out. So we need now to mount it in the lathe, and we're going to put it in the 3-door chuck and mount it on that little edge there, that little machined edge you can see there. Okay, the screw diameter, then it's a little edge that way. Excuse me. We'll see if it'll hold on that ledge. Okay, so here we are. 3-door chuck. We'll offer it up to it there. Press it onto the jaws to keep it central, and there. I always tighten all the 3 jaws separately, although they work in unison. I just know that that's the best way to do it because it gives uniform pressure. Oh, that's good, isn't it? So there's the I told you I don't edit these videos, so I'm going to find out what's happening here. We put too much pressure on, so I'll try again. Now we don't put much pressure on. The problem as I see here is that that is not a square face, so the diameter that the diameter that we're holding on is slightly beveled, and it's difficult to hold there. Anyway, we're going to give it a try and see what we can do. If it flies out of the chuck, you'll see it, and then I'll think of another way of doing it. But you've seen it live, folks, as I'm recording it. It's not going out live, but the video will go out. Mistakes, if any, like you've just seen, or any other problem that may occur, and we'll resolve it as we go along. So here we go. I got the lathe going. I've already selected a tool. This is a fibre material like excuse me, like nylon, and I'm just going to adjust the speed because this speed is so slow. We need to speed it up. I'm just now adjusting the speed on the variable controller here, because this lathe has got a 3-phase motor on and we've got an inverter. That saves you changing pulley speeds physically on pulleys, but sometimes it has a little bit of problem with the inverter because sometimes it cuts out. So it's, you know, it's got disadvantages. It's got pros and cons, disadvantages. Now we're turning this now at 900. I'm just doing 1,000 revs per minute here. Let's see what happens. Oh. Beginning to cut it there. But it's a rough surface, and I don't want to risk it falling out of the chuck. So I think we can cut it even faster. This machine will go, it's designated to 1400 RPM, and that's what we're going to try to achieve here. For 1000, that's 1100. It's 1200. And now I'm speeding it up to 1300. And see if it goes okay at this. I don't like to load the machine up to its maximum. You can see it's cutting it there. I hope you can see it. It's difficult to operate cameras and turn at the same time. I think it's having the desired effect. It doesn't need a terrifically good surface finish, because it is a hammer or a mallet, and what you're going to do is when you're hitting things on the surface, it will mark the surface of it anyway, but it was so badly scored it was practically useless. And if you saw my other video, you either can buy a new mallet for about £25–27, or you can get an insert. The inserts cost about £9.50, so I need to show you how to save money. And you notice I'm pretty well centred on this here. I did put the tool in previously, and you sort of saw the last video of grinding the tool and sharpening the tool on the bench grinder. So this is what we used to sharpen on that bench grinder. Now I'm going to have a look at the state of the surface of this now. Switch it off. Whoa. Well, as you can see, it's still got quite a lot to go, but it's smoothed it up. It's taken a lot off already, so it's making it more serviceable. But I want to remove those black dark marks there, and so that we can start off with a good surface all over the surface of it. So we'll continue. I'm only putting small cuts on here. I can come in from this side as well. And as you can see, it can go quite quickly within the parameters of the material and the machine. But what I'm trying to do is to try to finish off facing the surface of this anvil, and I'm feeding outwards towards the periphery, and I'm using by hand feed. I'm not going to use a power feed for this. You don't need it, as I said before. You can still get a good finish by doing it by hand here. Because the other thing is, if you use power feeds, it's constant, and you cannot adjust for the diameter reduction. So as it's reducing in diameter, you need to really slow down the feed rate. Now you can do this easily when you're doing it by hand, but if you're using a power traverse on it, using a power feed, it's constant, so you're not able to adjust the speed of the traverse, of the feed rate, that is. Now it's getting better now, and I think it might just do it. We shall see. I think there's some markings there which might indicate that there's a hollow section just in there. I'm not sure, but there's a little white spot there. I'm only going to take the minimum off to achieve the objective. So we'll continue on this. So I don't want to ruin it. If we can salvage it, it's much better. So I'm going to go back in here now. Put a bit of feed on. I can put some more on. That little bit we can just get off. With it being nylon, it's a little bit flexible, so it's I'll show you how to get that bit of that bit in a minute. So we're machining in more and more, and you notice I'm going faster as I reach the outer circumference. That's because we've got an increased RPM. Yeah. Oh, it's looking better. Can't understand that more. That must be ingrained oil stains or something. It doesn't seem to want to come out. But I don't think it's all that important at this stage. However, I'll take a little bit more off just to see what happens. Getting a little bit delicate here. And be careful not to run into the chuck. Yeah, it's coming off. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you've got to make sure not to run into the chuck here because the tool's quite close up to it. So I'm going to take a little bit more off now. I'm going to feed outwards towards the perimeter, the periphery, and you can see I can speed up. You see my hands turning, got to keep a constant movement. That's the idea when you're doing it by hand here, so that you get a good finish. So keep it a constant movement, as you would on an auto feed. Okay, so I think that this mark here is probably going all the way through. So we've got enough nicer surface there. So I shall just take another light cut off, and then we'll look at the outer diameter. So it also helps if you can very often, when the tool looks a bit as though it might be a bit blunt or sharpening, and you've done it on the grinder, it's a good idea to use one of these and just it takes the edge off the grinding. After the grinding, it actually blunts it a little bit, but strangely enough, it makes it cut better. That's an old trick. You might not see that in textbooks, but I've been doing this a long time. I mean, I've turned things from less than 1mm diameter, that's quite small, up to on the larger diameter of a 4-foot diameter roll for steelworks, which weighs over 8 tons. So I've had a varied experience of different materials and things. So that's why I know about these things. Anyway, we're going to try to get a little bit more cut off this, and then we'll see what we can do. So try to put this, put the light on now, I need the light. I think you can see it better. Yes, I think that's see it better there. So, another little cut there. I'm a bit concerned that I can't put too much on because of the chuck is not as tight on this as I would like it to, because it's ejecting it, because the diameter that we're holding on is slightly beveled. Now then, I don't really see the difference, but I can tell you, since I sharpened that tool, it has made a nice smooth surface on there. Right, so I'm happy with that, even though there's oil marks there, but I think it's ingrained. This thing, I've had it for years. It's done a lot of hammering. So what I'm going to try to do now is smooth this edge off here, which can be a little bit delicate. So let's see what we can do here. Got to be careful not to run into the chuck. Have a look at it. It's taken some of that edge off there. Over the years, that's what happens when you use this kind of mallet. It fractures at the end and doesn't look very nice. It gets misshapen, and I'm not going to take the whole diameter off. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit, just so that it functions. Okay, here we go. Take too much off, it could fly out of the chuck. And I've got the safety glasses on as well, so you must always remember to keep safe, as I told you on my other videos. And if you didn't see them, have a look at it, because it gives you various options for using safety glasses. Especially when we're using the grinding, the bench grinder. Let's have a look at it now. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's this bit's on the edge here. I'll go down a little bit deeper. I'll take a little bit more cut off. Don't want to take too much off. I don't want it to fly out of the chuck at this stage. I'm only taking about 10,000th of an inch off at a time. 20 at the most. That's 10,000th of an inch feed in on the cross slide. Let's have a look at it now. So that's what happens to nylon. It just sort of tends to fray at the edges. But look, we've got quite a nice circumference there. I'm going to keep that edge there as it is, and I'll just take a bit more off. I'm just taking 20,000th of an inch off. Notice I'm still using the hand feed. So I don't, it's not necessary to have a, for these type of things, not necessary to have a lathe with a power feed. So this is just nonsense. It'll clear up later. I'm now trying to put a little bevel on there. So we'll see if we can achieve that. Two ways of achieving it. One, I could turn the compound slide and go in at an angle, but I'm going to do it this way now because this tool's got an edge here on that surface. I'm going to see if I can generate a slight bevel with the other side of this cutter. Like so. So let's see. This beauty about these 4-way tool posts, they are indexable and you can stop them part way as well. So you have to be careful when you're doing this because it might fly out. So you have to be very careful. Look here. Yeah, I managed to put a little bevel on there. Yeah, that's okay. I think we can put a bit more on. The thing is, if you have a little bevel on it, when you use it as a mallet, the surface of what you're hitting tends to not curl over the edges as much like that has done. So the bevels is working, it's generating the form, and I just want to go in a little bit deeper. So here we are. Let's see. Very delicate now. I've just got to wipe my hand. Respiration. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. It looks quite good to me, that, yes. Okay, so I'm happy about that. So these little nylon bits we'll just clean up, just pull off. So I mean, after all, we are talking about a mallet. It's going to, those frayed edges off a lot of that damage there, what we're not touching. So I'm going to take this out now and then we can have a closer look at it. See, what happened was, it didn't take much releasing from the chuck because it had worked itself loose. But as you can see from the first images we looked at, this is a whole lot better, because you can see the edge of it was all like that rough. Now it doesn't matter about that rough edge there, you can just leave it on. At least we've got a nice surface there to work to, and you can get these bits off just with a file or something, or it's pulling off. But there you are. Let's see if we can let me see what I can do on this. I've got a little file here, just it doesn't want to do it. Yes, because it's nylon's not an ideal thing to file. I thought it might be, but it doesn't matter. It probably will cut off better. Probably cut off better with something like this. I don't know. I think it might. Oh, what about that? This kind of a retractable knife blade cutter, and I've just noticed it. Then you can just do that. Oh, and it comes off. Always cut away from yourself, because these are very sharp. I'm only just trying to get the frayed edges off there, and that's it. Oh, one there, just don't like that. I mean, you've got to remember this is a sort of a repair job to save buying a new anvil, which might cost £9 and £10. If I cut my finger now, you'll see it. I'm not going to do that if I can help it. Famous last words. Anyway, that's good enough. These edges here, I'm not too bothered about. It's not going to help hinder the performance of the mallet, what it was used for. So, let's put it back in on its rightful place. Make sure there's no unnecessary debris in there. There. And here we go. Let's screw that on there, see? That rough edge, it's just handy to actually hold as well. And there you've got it. Resurfaced. It'll last for years now. What do you think about that? Anyway, if you like that little video, I hope it's been useful, and if you do like it, give us a like. I'd much appreciate that. And also, if you subscribe to the channel, my channel, you'll not miss anything else, because you'll be notified. It doesn't cost you anything. And we're going to be concentrating mainly on turning techniques, because if you check into my website, which is clint.co.uk, and you'll see it from the YouTube, there's a connection about us, and you can just click on the link, go straight into it. It gives you more of the history of how I got into the tattoo machine making business, and these videos are designed for people just coming into engineering and got lathes and things. And I'm actually going to show you how to make a hypergraph tattoo machine, and all the skills that are necessary to do it will be in my future videos, so you need to look at them. And the videos don't cost you anything to watch. You can also join my Clint's Academy, and there will be products soon for sale at discounted rates for members of who join. Okay, so until next time, see ya. Happy turning, and remember, turn safely too.